Alright, back again, round two. And I am on the draw with 5 lands, Wingsteed Rider. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Wingsteed Rider is just potentially really sweet. I do have a bunch of 2 drops, and I drew one of my 2 drops, which is pretty sweet, so I might be able to get there. Oh, alright. Alright, I see you're a Crowan Skyguard and raise you an Oresco Sun Guide. The mirror, I see. Okay. So let's go in, see if I can get there. Geez, white was just super deep. Everyone's. Wow. Alright. Banishing light. That is rather unfortunate. Ooh, taking the Oresco Sun Guide. Okay. Nope. Yep, Aqueous Form is definitely going on there. I'm going to be able to put the Oppressive Raise on the Wingsteed Rider so that my opponent can't get in. But definitely attacking first. This puts me at a 5th land that I can then play the Supply Line Cranes. But I already have a 5th, so I don't need it. Yep, hit for 3. Oppressive Raise on that. Alright, so even if my opponent can bump it a bunch, it's going to cost a lot to block. Oh, gotta pay 3. Yep, that's fine. I like my position in this kind of tempo race. Oh, and one in a black. Is there something that I need to worry about? Nope. Alright, hit for 4. Ooh, Eidolon. That's pretty sweet. I like that there. There's not white? No? Okay. Alright, so hopefully my opponent taps out here. That would be grand, because then I can play the Eidolon. It gets a counter. That's 5, and then it's 6, 7, 8, 9. This is scary because there's 3 that my opponent can have up, but is going to have to pay 3 to block. Ugh. So the question is, I can make this a big threat and then have the Phalanx formation left back to do some things. Because what is for a white and 2 black? I mean, there's God's Willing. I think I put this on the Supply Line Cranes to differentiate my threats. I'm already getting in for 4 here. And this means my opponent has to do something to be able to answer. Definitely put that on the bottom. And if my opponent wants to throw away, because my opponent can't block with the Wingsteed Rider. Sure, my opponent can't block this no matter what, and no matter what series of cards my opponent has, Ajani's Presence, that's fine. Still hits for 4 and can only block with that. Yep. A-okay with me, especially because next turn I have more than lethal by giving this double strike. Yep, that's fine. I guess there's the potential. I mean, if my opponent wants to be able to Grizzly Transformation, sure, draw yourself a card. That's fine. My opponent can't. Ooh, my opponent can now block. 2, 3, 4, 5. Play that. and get in for beats. There's no bounce spell in these colors. I'm trying to think. There's nothing else. There's Dauntless. No. And yeah, my opponent's just dead here. Definitely put that on the bottom. Oh shoot, I didn't attack with the supply line cranes. That's unfortunate. Yep, hit for 10. Wow, I was supposed to attack with the supply. Whoops. That's okay though. Uh, because I can't think of a series of cards that gets my opponent there to be able to tap and then also block with the Wingsteed Rider. Because my opponent has to be able to. No, get rid of the aqueous form. My opponent can Ray of Dissolution, gain the 3, but then I still do 10, because then my opponent can't block. Yeah, alright, so the Oppressive Rays did a little bit of work here. Alright, so unless there's something that I'm not thinking of, I believe I got there. Right, and I did. Sweet. Ooh, Hubris, that would have been pretty cool. Actually, not really in this instance, because I would have bounced the Grizzly transformation as well. Cool. So on to game 2. Um, my opponent's deck is pretty scary. What? Last Breath, Revoke Existence are all both pretty sweet. I was on the draw that game too, though. So Acolyte's Reward against prevent damage. Is there black spells that do damage? No, I still don't think there's anything that I necessarily want to switch out. I guess I could. Oh, Revoke. I didn't see anything exile worthy. Nullify. I'm still probably going to be tapping out. Plus, getting to double blue is going to be tough. So that just nullifies Nullify. Yeah, I still think this is pretty sweet. I guess I could gift, but yeah, because it's black. Because it's black white. There's potential for more. All right, on the draw again. I'm not going to mull because I have my Phalanx Leader. And hopefully my opponent doesn't go black black into whatever that spell is, Freakish Cure. Or it would be sweet if I drew my Loyal Pegasus. Loyal Pegasus into the Phalanx Leader. Into even Ajani's Presence. There's some, there's some things that this hand could use. There's definitely things that this hand could use, but so far I'm liking it. Let's close this. I actually don't even know why I have that up. This is even better. Alright, opponent's thinking of what card to play first, so be back in a sec. Alright, my opponent leads with a Plains. Okay, yep. Well, I don't think I could have asked for anything more. So, sure. Phalanx Leader into Wingsteed Rider. Please not a... Okay, Grizzly Transformation. Sure. It's fine. Yep. Intimidate isn't quite as good here, considering I'm primarily white anyway. Oh, this next turn is going to be pretty bonkers if my opponent can't deal with the Wingsteed Rider. Especially because Ajani's present. Hopeful Eidolon. Okay. Yeah, 23. Ooh, Hero of Aerois. That's pretty cool. So my opponent's going to be able to gain 4. I do 1, 2, with the Ajani's present, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the counter, 7 from the counter. Okay, wait. So base power 1, 2, 3. The Ajani's presence 4, 5. The counter on each of them 6, 7 from the heroic, and then the counter from Wingsteed Rider's ability 8. So ideal 8. Then my opponent probably has to start putting the brakes on. Or I guess I can try to leave up Divine Verdict. Yeah, leave up Divine Verdict. Because then what, my opponent is left with a Hopeful Eidolon? This does suck if it's something like a God's Willing, sure. I mean, those kind of things are... Ooh, Johnny's Presence. That's actually even worse for me. Man, I wish I had that Hopeful Eidolon. And this position in the game, I'm probably going to lose. Ooh, a Crow and Mastiff. Alright. Opponent can tap something down. Yeah, still going for the attacks. If my opponent does have any way to target, then I'm pretty dead. Alternatively, I can just play a Johnny's Presence here, pump up the jam on everything. I guess if I was going to do that, I should have played Hero of a Rose plus Battlewise Hoplite first, so that they each got counters. If my opponent doesn't block, I might just do that. Yep. Battlewise. And the question, if this... My opponent taps down. I guess it's too late for that kind of play now, because the way I already tapped and played it. But if I would have made this a 3-3, it would have been a 4-4-4 double strike. Yeah, still not getting there. Alright, so Revoke Existence would have been pretty sweet here. Uh-oh. Battle-wise Valor? Am I just dead? I am just dead. Alright, cool. Let's concede this game. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, well, that was fun. Yep. Alright, sweet. So, Revoke Existence. I mean, the only thing I did want to target with that would have been the Hopeful Eidolon. But even then, I wasn't in the best place in that game. Last Breath, still probably not what I'm the most excited about doing. So if I get into a blocking match, you know what? The cut just might be Flitter Step Eidolon, just because I'm probably not going to get to the point where bestowing it, and I don't want the 1/1 unblockable. I'd rather have a bunch of my 2-drops. So, oops, not a Last Breath. I would like a Revoke Existence, please, and probably not a Setessan Battle Priest. Yeah. The question, do I just want to lower my curve as well? Nah, I'm good where I'm at. These things are pretty sweet if I do end up getting there. Any bounce spell. Yeah, this is where I want to be. See you in game 3. Back round 3. My opponent went to time in sideboard, so... Oh dear. Alright. Feel like this is close. I'm not gonna mulligan. I just hope to get there. Calculated risk that I'm taking, and hopefully I don't end up hating myself. But oh dear, this hand could be so sweet if I get there. Of course, it relies on if I get there. But here we go. Here goes nothing. Yep. Land. Hmm. Not quite what I was looking for. But that's okay. Oresco Sun Guide. Nope. Still not quite there. Alright. Well, this might be a very quick match. This is makes me really sad. I guess I should have. No, I can't think about it that way. Yep. Pick a color. Impressive Rays is not that exciting. Alright. Any land would have been fine too. That's okay. I had 16 out of 32 is a 50% chance for me to draw it. I was fine with those odds. Sure. Well, I got there now. Phalanx leader play? I don't have any ways to target. If I draw a blue, then... No, it's a Crown Skyguard. Yeah, F6. Well, I'm not out of it. My opponent has gained 4 and is just playing lands. Sure, it's fine. My opponent probably also has a Divine Verdict type of effect, which if my opponent has it, then that's fine because my opponent has it. Phalanx leader. Alright. Yep. My opponent's just not playing things because, well, my opponent's just that far ahead. Otherwise. Yep. Banishing Light. That sucks. Well, I do have Revoke Existence. Another Oresco Sun Guide. Alright. Let's revoke that Banishing Light. Let's attack for 3 in the air. Yep. Maybe my opponent's stuck on black, which is A-okay in my book. Yep. Is also at 22 while I'm at 12, so... Ugh. Not where I wanted to be. Well, have to start doing something. I figure something along the lines of, yeah, that's fine. If I get my opponent to spend in a Johnny's Presence on that, I am not all too angry. The play is definitely the Sky Spear here on the off chance that my opponent just doesn't have a 2 damage spell. Which, oh look, my opponent's back up to 22, how convenient. But if there's a way for me to start taking over the game, it's with a Sky Spear. Nyx Fleece Ram. Okay. Ooh, alright. So, I've kind of sort of stabilized. If one would count that as stabilization. I'm gonna start being able to do 6 swing chunks. Supply line cranes. Put it on the Sky Spear. Yep. Hit with the Akron Skyguard. Alright, hopefully it starts being to the point where it's enough. Yep, 13. Alright, so maybe, just maybe. Okay, got how sweet. Ooh, alright. I'm just thinking how sweet dictate would be. This is a free attack. I can't think of something that my opponent would have. Ooh, interesting. Okay. Blue. Because what would blue do for me? It would make this 4, it would 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Whew. Or else what's happening? 3, 4, 5. My opponent gains 2. Oh dear, can I get there? Okay. Yes, it was indeed a nice draw. Alright, attack with everything. Phalanx formation. Yes, I definitely put that on the top. Because then it wins me the game. Can I? Woo! Got there. Whew. So it looks like my opponent flooded out. Uh, I guess that's exactly what I needed for my opponent to do. Keeping the one line hand was still sketchy, but got there. And if there's anything that I learned is blowing that God's willing was actually is potentially the thing that saved me. Because if I was still a turn down and I drew that land one turn later, then I would have been able to. This would have been one turn later. Keepsake Gorgon would have blown something up, and I could have been dead. So, whew, blow your God's willing if you need to scry. See you in the finals.